What's up, man? You know what it is. DJ J.Dough in the building, live inside the Livest podcast. And today, we got a homie in the building, man. Special guest, the homie Preme. What's going on, my G?
I'm chilling, bro. What's up?
How do it feel good to be in the Natty? First of all, welcome to Cincinnati.
Thank you.
It's your first time here?
It might be.
Okay, well, look, I got you. I got you a gift.
Yeah.
I got you a gift.
Oh, shit. Thank
Just cause you're in Cincinnati, I got you some Grippos, bro.
Oh, what's that, chips?
Yeah, chips. But this is only the only chips that you're gonna find here in Cincinnati, though.
Oh, man.
So if you have those chips, you officially a Cincinnatian.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Most definitely, you have to try them, though. They good, though.
Thank you.
They most definitely good, man. So you from the 6, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the 6 right now? Y'all looking bad to the Cavs.
Yeah, but I mean, we're looking great all around. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget about the Raptors for a second. I don't want to speak about them, but you know, we got great artists like Drake, The Weeknd, Party Next Door, a ton of other names. You know, we kind of winning as far as music goes worldwide. Toronto's the hottest city in the world.
Right.
So, you know, y'all could keep basketball like this.
I agree with that, though, because like over the past couple of years, well, mostly since Drake has been out, like people have really been looking at artists from the 6, though. So how do it feel to finally have that spotlight on the city?
Oh man, it's crazy. I tell people all the time, it's like we wouldn't even expect it to ever be like this. I come from a time where we just wanted to be American,
right?
And everybody spoke with a fake American accent,
really
dressed the way you dress, and spoke the way you spoke. So now it's crazy that we finally can, you know, be ourselves, and we have our own identity. We always have, but you know, when it was Carabana time and girls came from the States, we wanted to be like y'all.
Right.
We didn't really have a sense of pride because we didn't have a poppin' ball team. We didn't have a poppin' rapper. You know what I'm saying? It was all about hockey.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we didn't have anything really to be proud of. So now, you know, Drake came in and kicked the door down, and we've been running through ever since.
Now, I know you're Guyanese, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Canada. I went to Toronto 2 years ago for Carabana. My first time in Toronto, like it was lit. So one thing I didn't know that it was a big Caribbean culture in Canada, though. So how was
bigger than here?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, definitely bigger than anywhere in America, I think.
Yeah, it is. Like when I went up there, listened to the radio station, all they played was Caribbean music. Yeah. Like, and it shocked me though, because I wasn't expecting that though.
That's not all of Canada. That's
right.
That's probably just Toronto.
Right.
Yeah, we have a huge Caribbean influence. Like, for example, where are your parents from?
They're from here in Cincinnati. Well, my mom's from Detroit.
You see? your parents are from America.
Right.
Your grandparents are American too?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
My parents are from Guyana. Third parents are from Guyana. Third parents are from Guyana. You understand what I'm saying? For all my friends, it's like that.
Right.
One of my best friends is African. His parents are from Africa. He's from Toronto. His parents are from Africa.
Okay.
My next best friend, his parents are from Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying?
So
nobody's from Canada.
Right.
In America, it's crazy. You ask the same question like I just asked you. Your parents are American. Your grandparents are American. I feel like I asked so much people that question, they can't even trace to where their roots are originally from.
Right, because I'm one of those people. Like I couldn't tell you that, my people come from this part of Africa. It's crazy.
It's crazy because you had to come from somewhere.
Right.
You didn't start in America.
And what else is so crazy is that like I lived in New York, and when I was in New York, a lot of people ask you like, "Yo, what are you?"
Shout out to Rob for the water. He's finally doing some work.
Shout out to Puerto Rico Rob, man.
Puerto Rico Rob in here.
But when I was in New York, like a lot of people asked me like, "What are you?" And it was just like, I'm black. I'm like, I know, but what are you?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I'm black. Like that's all that matters.
It's crazy, and I feel like, me personally, I feel like we need to get more in touch with who we are and where we're from. I mean, it's a personal decision that you'd have to make if you care, but me, I couldn't not know.
Right.
You know, because I look around and Canada's known for hockey and things like that. I just know that ain't me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it would burn me to not know.
Right. Now, do you feel like it was a big transition from coming from Canada to the United States?
Yeah, it's huge. I only been here for 2 years, and I haven't been back. The last time I was probably in America was when I was like 17. It's been over 10 years. I couldn't come here because I had a criminal charges and things like that, and you can't really cross the border when you got any of that going on. Vice versa. An American trying to get into Canada can't get in either.
Right.
They got real strict laws nowadays. Never used to be like that, but it's like that now. So like my whole life I couldn't come to America. Like one of my best friends is Drake. I watched everything he did from TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like for me to be here finally it's a huge step, especially for my career. I did everything I could do in Canada. You know what I'm saying? You reach a certain level and you're like, man, there's nothing else for me to achieve here.
Right.
There's only so many women you can have sex with. There's only so much money you can make in that country, and there's only so many opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Before you're like, man, I need to go do something else.
Right.
So for me to be here, I'm finally at a level where I can take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's everything for me to be here.
Now I know you spoke about like you weren't able to come to the States early on in your career. Now, do you think that made a major impact on your career where you weren't able to be out here so
I've
early?
only been here for 2 years.
Okay.
I've only been here for 2 years, and this is the first project I put out since.
Right.
And in the 2 years that I've been here living in LA, I've done more than 20 years of me doing work in Canada. That's times 10.
Right.
In 2 years. You got to understand that you don't go to Toronto unless you have a show there or something. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to another country.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's so many American artists that still, to this day, can't even get into Canada.
Right.
You know
I know a lot of people who then had to cross them borders and weren't allowed to.
Exactly. So it's tough because of the divide, the invisible line called the border. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's made a world of difference in my career. You know, I wouldn't be here with you right now if I was still stuck over back home.
Now, what were you stuck in Canada for, if you don't mind me asking?
Just criminal charges. Everything you could probably think of, I've been charged with.
Right.
So shit, pick one: drugs, guns, everything.
So you was a rude boy.
My name is Googleable. You can Google me. I can't even lie about it. Shit.
So did you do time in Canada?
Nah, I actually beat every case they threw at me. But going through those processes, I wasn't able to travel. Yeah.
Now, was it true that Drake helped you get through those problems?
He helped me get through one.
Okay.
I got caught with a bunch of guns in my car, so he got me a big-time lawyer. Rest in peace to Eddie Greenspan. He's probably one of the biggest lawyers in North America. So I had a really good lawyer, too, but he made me fire him, and he got me a super big lawyer, and that definitely helped.
Okay. Most definitely. So the project is out now.
Yeah, Light of Day. It came out May 4th. Features Jackie Chan with Post Malone, Party Next Door.
You got some dope features on it.
Yeah, thank you. Lil Wayne, Ty Dolla $ign, YG. Yeah, the project's crazy. Front to back. It's one of those projects you can listen to front to back, not skip a record. It really tells a story, and I feel like that's a lost art, especially with hip-hop artists nowadays.
Right.
All the mumble rappers y'all got.
All right. Don't say y'all.
Not y'all, because they ain't from Canada.
Don't say y'all, but even though we got the mumble rappers, like, everybody don't rock with that. I'm one of those type of people, like, I like real lyricists, though. Like, I most definitely like real lyricists. So, is this your first album?
Man,
so I know you had EPs.
You know, it's crazy that I didn't even call it an album. Everybody's just calling it an album.
Okay.
But you know what? I've never labeled anything I've done a mixtape or album. I just put together great bodies of work. Call it what you want, whatever you feel like it is. I just put together a great body of work front to back, and I've always done that.
Right.
From Dear America to Off the Books to the Light of Day now, it's always been that way. So.
Right, most definitely. Now, how long did it take you to put together this project?
I've been working on it for a few years.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily for this project. I've just been making music for, a few years. It's been like 2-3 years since I put something out. So we got records on there that I made 4 years ago.
Okay.
We got records on there that I made 3 months ago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just put together a collection of music that I thought fit well and helped to tell my story.
Okay. Now, why wasn't there a feature from Drake off this album?
Because Drake is so big as an artist. Sometimes the affiliation with him is not always a positive thing.
Right.
So, when you got a friend that's that big, like massive, like the biggest in the world,
right?
Sometimes it hurts you more than it helps you.
Right.
You got to step from beneath the biggest shadow you've ever seen. It's like a fucking full eclipse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people just credit some of the things that you do and you work hard for to him just because, they don't want to give you your just due.
Right.
So the only way for me to avoid that, because I know how talented I am. I know the work I put in. I know where I'm going to go and where I'm headed. The only way to get that without people, crediting your success to somebody else is to step away from them completely.
Right.
So if I had Drake on this album, they'd be like, of course he's doing well. He had Drake on his album.
Right.
So I made sure I never had Drake on my album so that I could take,
Yeah, that makes sense, though. That makes sense. Now, being with OVO, do you feel like that puts you on a pedestal where people compare you to?
Yeah, of course.
And especially because y'all both from the same city.
Yeah, you know what? But it's a great thing because OVO is known for making great music.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about any OVO artist, there might not be another click out there where you expect a certain level of music.
Facts.
Every one of those artists, whether it's R&B or rap. So it pushes me to have to step my game up and, be able to keep up with that name and compete. So
the single is going crazy. I'm spinning it on air. Hot Boy featuring Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that come about?
I was working with Party. We were making this record, Can't Hang, and we were making a few records that night. And we came up with this Hot Boy shit. And it was originally supposed to be me and Party on it. And he was like, man, I don't really want to get on it. You kind of killed it. You know, I'd rather see just you on it. And then a friend of mine was in the studio. And he was like, man, it'd be crazy if you got Lil Wayne on it, the original Hot Boy. And he's like, but I don't think you could get him on it. I bet you couldn't get Wayne on it. So it was like a personal goal of mine to set out and try to get Wayne on that record just to shut my homie up, to be honest. So it was like a year and a half of me trying to track down Wayne. And I really wanted to do it without asking Drake to ask for that favor either, right? So it took me like a year and a half. And then I ended up getting the same management as Lil Wayne.
Wow.
So that was the first order of business. I'm like, make sure you get Wayne on this. Yeah, so he sent Wayne the record. He never promised anything. He said, man, he got to like it. So he sent Wayne the record. Wayne fucked with it off the rip and sent me back a legendary verse. So
most definitely. Yeah. It's dope, man. I think the record's going to do numbers. It already is, but I think I see it going further than what it is right now.
Love.
Most definitely, man. Well, thank you for coming through. Tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Thank you for having me, man. Preme everywhere. Preme, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. Preme.
Now, let me ask you this, though, before we go. Why the name change?
So, yeah, that's a good question. I used to go by p.reign.
Right.
Like, people know me for, like, the Drunk and Fuck record with Drake and Future, Realest in the City with Party and Meek. I used to originally go by Preme. I switched my name to p.reign because the cops would hassle me crazy, show up to all the venues, try to shut it down.
Wow.
Yeah, so p.reign was a name that I came up with to actually just try to get the fuck off the radar. 'Cause I didn't know how long I'd be stuck in Canada.
Right.
I didn't know if I'd ever be allowed to go to the States. So I was like, man, if I'm going to make any money out here, I got to try something.
Right.
So, yeah, I really changed my name to get away from the cops. The minute they let me in America, felt like I had a fresh start. I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to Preme.
Right.
I want that piece of myself back. So,
you had to get back in touch with your original self.
I'm really prideful when it comes to shit with police.
Right.
I don't like them to win anything when it comes to me.
So let me ask you this too.
It's a personal decision.
How do you feel about the police injustice here in America? Because
I think it's crazy.
Because compared to Canada, I don't think y'all really had those problems in Canada.
No, we don't.
So how you feel about, because you just moved to the States.
Yeah, there's injustice everywhere. I will say I've been through crazy shit with police where they've arrested me, taken me to court, put me through trial, made up shit, all kinds of shit that actually wasn't true. I have no reason to lie. I'm a free man with no criminal record.
Right.
So I've seen police plant shit on people. I've seen police lie about things that people did. I've seen police beat the shit out of people and say people beat them up. I've seen these things with my own eyes. I know it exists, and that was in Canada. So I can't even imagine. It's probably the times 100 in America. Like I don't have a fear of being shot by a cop in Canada.
Right.
I'll curse a cop out in Canada.
Right.
I'll never do that in America.
So you haven't gotten into any altercations with any police or any encounters?
Across the fucking street. I'm not playing with police. I got a bad temper when it comes to police too, because I've been through so much. I don't even want to put myself in that situation. So I walk the other way with police. Police say anything to me, I turn and run.
Right.
Literally.
Especially here in America, you got to.
Yeah. So I haven't been through any personal experience in America. I've seen the aggression. I've been around people. For example, I've been around OVO people and seen police try some crazy shit with them. It's never me. Because I've been through way more than them. I know just to like take the L when a police is raising his voice or trying to talk to me crazy. I just walk away when it's in the States.
Right.
But I've seen them do some crazy shit.
Right.
I mean, they're killing people. It doesn't get worse than that.
It doesn't.
They're out here killing people, and it's crazy to me how, as black people, because it's only really happening to black people.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Right.
It's sad how black people are not coming together more than they are. Somebody dies, you guys march.
Right.
Or you go burn your own stores down.
Now
you don't go to downtown and burn them all down.
Right. They do it in their own hood. Yeah.
You burn your own shit down. It makes no fucking sense to me. Somebody dies, you march for like 2 days.
Right. Like me personally, I don't think marching solves anything.
Yeah, or we tweet it. Marching does not solve shit. Malcolm X said it. I got him tatted on my arm. Marching not going to solve nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about the recent comments from Kanye?
He's a different beast.
Yeah.
What I will say is he's trying to get a positive point across in a
negative way. Yeah.
You can't side with whether you think I can't even say you can't, because what if it works? What if in a year from now the discussion that he created was so big that it sparks the mind of the young kid that's going to make the change? We never know.
Right.
So I wouldn't personally put on a Trump hat ever because of what it represents.
Right.
And that's hate.
Right.
So, but I mean, maybe he sees it differently and he's just trying to get to a positive. I can't really knock a man that's trying to do something positive. He might not be doing it the right way, but he's trying to do something positive. But he's doing it in a terrible way.
Most definitely, I agree, a terrible way, and most definitely a terrible way of explaining it too.
Yeah.
Like, but most definitely, thank you for coming through, brother.
Yeah,
I wish you the
love.
best on everything. Like I said,
Appreciate you having me, man.
yeah, most definitely. Like you say, you can follow him on social media. It's Preme everything, right?
Preme everything.
Preme everything. And where can they listen to the album and
Album's
download
everywhere. Light of Day. It's out. Crazy from front to back. Make sure y'all check it out.
Most definitely, man. You know what it is. Shout out to the homie Preme. It's DJJdough.com. Keep it locked.